It's time for some Rocket League. We have CJ and Johnny standing by. EU is starting with their grand finals. Let's see if KC defends their Qualifier 1 title or if the Gentlemates can get some revenge.
I cannot believe we're saying this, but welcome to the grand final rematch, round one of Swiss, day one of EU. If that doesn't sum up this region, I don't know what does. I'm joined by Johnny Boy, and we are about to see one of the greatest round one Swiss stages you've ever seen.
Yeah, I thought we were going to be starting off nice and chill on Friday, CJ. I saw we were up first on the cast thinking, okay, in round one, we're going to get some middle-of-the-pack teams. Little did we know, we're getting the worst team in the entire tournament, Karmine Corp, the 16th seed. So let's see if they can pull off an upset. They've already tried to pick a kickoff, and it's resulted in a goal. It's my favorite day of the week, CJ. What a brilliant opening.
K-Corp took them 3.5 minutes to get this game started. Maybe Pharaoh was just talking about that strat right there. 2 seconds into the game. It is an atrocious kickoff coming through from Gentlemates, but K-Corp, wow, there you go.
I reckon Gentlemates were expecting a back corner there. They were trying to. I bet they were trying to counter a back corner kickoff by KC. Went for a big block. KC just faked it and shot the ball, so that might be 300 IQ. And if that's what Pharaoh is drawing up for about 30 minutes while we're waiting for the match to start, then fair play to him. I mean, it worked out. They're 1-0 up, so yeah, you can't really. You can't hit him. He just keeps winning. He's on a 6 RLCS event win streak. Pharaoh is. Vitality's win streak's over. Pharaoh's is not.
I mean, how ridiculous is it as well that after last week, the kickoff dilemma that happened last week in the finals as well, that we get the first game, regional number 2, 2 seconds in, a kickoff. It goes to show that these teams, Johnny, that, we talk about how much they prep, 2 weeks in between this and the last regional, and it still happens.
Yeah, you've got to be paying close attention from the get-go with all these teams. They know each other super well. And I think this is the season when I've been hearing from a lot of teams on both sides of the Atlantic, all around the world, that, scrims are just full of kickoff strats now. Teams are taking it to the next level. It's wonderful to see. You do really need to be locked in. It used to be the moment where you can switch your brain off and everybody does the expected thing. No longer. This is the time where teams are really able to strat and figure out what set play they're going to go for.
Yeah, it's just certainly something that's really been overlooked, and I know you're a massive fan of the kickoff strats, but finally I think teams are starting to switch on. We say that, but clearly Gentlemates there got, well, the better of them, but here we go. Vatira's up, little reset fake. He has got 2 here. Rise keeping the pressure on. K-Corp starting off really strong, and importantly, as we said, they didn't have any really warm-up, no pre-game lobby for them. Straight in and straight into the action.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more air dribble bump passes from K-Corp as well. I think that was really one thing that had them standing out last weekend. It's actually they're covering for Seiko's back corner miss. Always good to have the backup from a player like Seiko. He's been playing the defensive role very well for this Gentlemates team. Very difficult to get the ball past this guy. But will that physical play work out? Not in this play. It's Juicy, who has had the split of his life up until this point. It's actually with a 1v2 in the back corner. And look who's at the back post. Juicy to finish it off.
Yeah, I mean, his first regional was absolutely phenomenal. And if this is anything to go by, again, I just cannot believe. Look at the teams you've got here. Everyone watching at home, this is a best of 5. This is the Swiss stage. I need to remind you, this is not Championship Sunday just yet. As you said, Juicy really picking up where he left off in that first regional. A player that, came into the spotlight under Moist last season, and he was inconsistent. He didn't quite have that. We could see the potential, the mechanics, and when he really put it together. But so far, I mean, with this Gentlemates lineup, he's been super impressive.
Yeah, I've never been more impressed with Juicy. Oh, that's not the 50-50 from Itachi there. He gets extremely fortunate that it hits off the post. That was so risky. Oh, what dropped out pass? Itachi tries to ping it top bins, but it's gone off the crossbar. The 1-2 pass was completely past Gentlemates. They did not have a counter for it, but luckily the crossbar had them safe. So
creative there from K-Corp, and a little glimpse of what we did see the first regional. They're starting off okay here, but Gentlemates, well, they did take them to 6 in the grand final. Can they get one back here in the first round of Swiss? Again, I just keep having to remind myself where we're at here in this regional.
Yeah.
With the 2 grand finalists, but well, it's been a bit of
this is the chance, CJ. This is the real chance for the rest of the region. You know, we're looking at EU as a very clear top 4 at the moment, and with the lack of Moist in this event, it looks like an even more clear top 4. But if the rest of Europe are going to break that top 4, one way that it could happen is you know, the bracket having more than 2 French teams on either side of it. Just a quarterfinal matchup with 2 French teams against each other. Ato's got a chance here. He's missed it, but it's gone in anyway. So Rise gets credited with the goal. He does, you know, have the shot on target anyway. And I think he might have just called that was in. And Ato, yeah, he pulls away. Doesn't want to risk own goaling, or is rather saving that one when it is already in from Rise's touch.
Yeah, not exactly quality goals coming through early from K-Corp, but they're getting the job done. They found an opening, and Itachi really respecting Ato. I don't think he could have got back regardless, but really driving away from the net, expecting Ato to perhaps redirect that one. But K-Corp getting the lead back. That's open. Is it in? It is.
Okay.
Bottom left foul from Seiko. A little solo play.
Look where Seiko started off going with this play. That's unreal. The flip reset and then the little gentle ground pitch perfectly placed it off the post. He started off air dribbling towards KC's back corner there, and before you know it, he's crossed him over and he's shot it bottom left. 2-2. There's the double kickoff again from KC. They had great success against Gentlemates. This time Gentlemates were more prepared against that. They had players back and they were not immediately put under pressure.
Yeah, this is strange. I mean, even there you probably heard in the call, I wasn't expecting that to be a scoreable opportunity for Seiko, but we have seen it just gaps in the defense from both sides early, and well, it is only the first day. Well, you could say it's day number 4, depending on where you want to look at this qualifier, but this is awkward again. Bumps coming through. Rise gets a good touch. Seiko's trying to get the follow-up now. There's a counter-attack. Vatira trying to work one forward. That's a great coverage there from Itachi, just helping out Juicy on the defensive end. Yeah, this is certainly, I wouldn't say, just for the eye test here, Johnny, to the standard that we saw from the grand final for both of these sides early, but well, they still can't break this deadlock just yet.
Yeah, the one thing that does remain pretty consistent from that grand final is that it's hard to separate any of the French Big Four as Gentlemates and KC go to overtime in game 1. Ato will pick up the kickoff from the back corner this time, but Gentlemates are all over them. I think Gentlemates are responding very well to these kickoff strats from KC, but I do like the ideas KC are bringing to the table.
Yeah, just players getting dusted to the ball a little bit there. Just mechanics not quite on. That's a poor touch from Itachi. He's thrown the ball away. Juicy's crept as well, but Seiko, there you go. There's the coverage again. Gentlemates, their defense last regional was incredible. Seeing a little bit of it just there as K-Corp still pushing forward. Ato's got no boost, but he's going to stay forward. Itachi trying to get 2. Fakes it out for Seiko. Throws it forward, but there's that Vatira playing the deep third man that we see so many of the top players in the world go for. Gives them so much space to work their solo plays. Here he is again, sitting deep third, trying to throw that ball forward. Doesn't have a teammate. Seiko's going to get the clear. Juicy up. All 50s coming through, the pace on, and there's another shot, and it's in! I thought for sure one of K-Corp would have had that in net, but it's Gentlemates taking game 1.
It's Ato's touch that takes it towards Itachi, and yeah, I think Rise and Vatira both thought the same thing. They beat Karmine Corp from this position, but beat them as quickly as possible. If they can get a 3-0 or a 3-1, they're putting off that next matchup against one of the other big French teams who we expect to be going and getting a win in round 1 of Swiss. Oh yeah, we could check on that actually they have both won. Yeah, Vitality 2-1 in game 1 in overtime, and BDS also 4-3 in game 1 in overtime in their first matches. So not easy there, so it's a bit of a close call for Gentlemates there, but looks like the play is slowed down and they will escape for now.
Yeah, just a little quick one, as you said, around the grounds. It seems that all of the higher seeds have won game 1, except for Oxygen, who have upset Belly Goal so far.
Oh, well, yeah. Is that an upset, but, really? I mean,
well,
yeah,
I mean, seeding-wise.
Based on seeding, yes, but I mean, I think, yeah, based on the power rankings, I'd say that's all expected matchups so far in EU. Oh, that's a big miss of defense, and Matira's put them 1-0 level. CJ, there's another questionable defensive play to add to your list for the day.
Yeah, this is another double commit coming through. The flip reset beating 2. I mean, that's just not what we expect from top teams here in Europe, but again, and even Vatira's follow-up shot, Johnny, was a bit of a scramble to get there, but oh, there we go. Another kickoff strap from K-Corp. Feels like it's been a strong initiative from Ferrer, perhaps seeing what his team in Vitality pulled out last regional and not wanting a repeat, but has worked again. Having said that, Gentlemates have recovered pretty well off that kickoff. But they need to, well, they're down a goal again. It worked in game number 1. Can they find it here again in game 2?
That's a great dodge by Seiko. Rise was chasing him down there. He managed to avoid him and get an interception the next play. Now he's bumped last man away, but Rise is a free shot. So for all of Seiko's hard work and defense there, doesn't pay off because Itachi and Juicy could not get back into position to help him. Itachi's completely boostless there as he gets back to the goal. Did not have the pace to turn and beat Rise.
Yeah, great shot placement as well from Rise to put that one away. K-Corp, I guess, doing what they couldn't quite do in the first game, getting a bit more of a lead. They can only get the 1-goal lead in game number 1, but there's more offensive pressure. And when K-Corp are really on, Vatira, again, just making an awkward mechanical play there. He just flipped under the ball, and again, it's not quite the peak form. There's almost another bump coming through. Itachi was in big trouble. He had to drive forward. There's more bumps. Vatira ceiling. One more. Drop down. Not quite met from Seiko either. Gentlemates under the pump early.
Yeah, Gentlemates, after a clutch game 1 ending, have had by far the slower start in game 2. Rise boostless there, couldn't get his shots on target. Ato's just floating in the midfield. A lot of verticality with the trajectory of the ball today. It's very up and down, kind of staying around in the same position in the field, but all of this favors K-Corp. They can keep Gentlemates pinned back like this, and they're getting to play their style of Rocket League, just keeping the pressure on and producing as many shot opportunities as they can.
You're just seeing K-Corp as well get a little bit more comfortable downfield with the bumps. They're hopping often with Rise, you see, just so happy to not rotate out, get one more bump. There's a great touch from Atto, but met by Juicy on the backboard. Vatira awkward, but does find Rise. K-Corp looking quite comfortable here on the setup, but that's his smart touch there from Seiko to just release. Here we go. Juicy sitting deep. Should be able to get a nice counter-attack downfield. Itachi trying to get the beat out. Drop down for Seiko, but Rise meeting it. And look, all 3 of K-Corp in front of Gentlemates here. Double touches on for Rise. Saved out for Seiko.
Yeah, the pressure's still piling on, though. KC are all over them. Gentlemates have only had the 1 shot this game, and it wasn't all that memorable. Now, KC add their, was that our 8th shot to their tally. Constant pressure. And it's Vatira with the downward double. That's saved. Yeah, they do just have, by far, the lion's share of the opportunities. This is setting ourselves up for a long series, it would seem. The 2 teams went to overtime game 1, and now it looks like we're going to get a tie series after 2 games if things stay as they are. And that's, you know, actually bad news for both of these teams, because I expect Vitality and PDS to keep winning, so we might have another big French derby in round 2.
Yeah, the seeding has certainly made things very interesting. And I know I mentioned it in the pre-show, but this is what can happen with the format. K-Corp coming into this, although winning the first regional as the bottom seed. If you lose in the qualifiers, you lose in that double elim. The other team takes your seed. That's how it works. That's why we've got SAR as the #1 seed right now in this regional. So important to be on. And Rise, look at the bump. That's so crucial on Juicy. So much confidence to push forward. Vatira gets credited with the goal, but that is all Rise. Look at him. He's just locked in like a homing missile on him.
Yeah, I love that Rise doesn't commit too early there as well. He just boxed Juicy into a corner, and then as soon as Juicy had to make a play for the ball, that's when Rise made his move. You know, a lot of players running ahead for demos will, I think, commit a bit too early and leave the defender the option to dodge the bump and still get back for the save. Rise did not give Juicy that option. Puts the team up 3-0. A dominant game 2 for KC.
They haven't really had to overcommit or anything too much in the offense. They've set up their structure so well. You see first and second man just getting to work. Vatira sitting so deep third often, and that just means they've got that safety net, that security blanket in case something doesn't quite work out offensively. But Atto has just pre-jumped for no reason at all. Like it's like a slinging shot was going to be coming in, and it goes straight past him.
I cannot believe Atto pre-jumped here. 3-0 up, and he's the last defender. What was he thinking Juicy's going to do with that? Did he think that was going to be a thunderbolt? From that position, it looked like an awkward shot from Juicy, but they are still in a 2-goal lead here, despite that lack of resistance to the incoming shot. At the same time, though, you know, for Juicy's POV, at least he hit the target, because if he didn't, that would have been the most painful ball to watch bounce wide of the net, thinking, oh my goodness, it was just open. Atto pre-jumped.
Yeah, it was a little bit silly from Atto. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt there that 3-0 up, he got a little bit creative. He was Pretty confident he had this one locked away for good reason as well. They do concede that goal, but they get the win. 3-1 updated. Well, you guys will know. Make sure as well you tune into the other streams. There's plenty of team streams, plenty of official broadcasts going on around outside of this feature match, but we're getting underway here. Game number 3 off to Utopia. Series tied up, as we said, and well, there's no excuses now, Johnny. Both teams should be fit, firing, and ready to go. Yep. Game 1 and 2 looked a little bit rough for both sides in their own right at times. Now I'm expecting some peak Rocket League action.
I think for KC, yes. Oh, Vatira's hit the bar there, though. That was definitely...
I'm sorry, I've completely cursed that one.
You may have cursed that one. Okay, Atto's peaked on it. There we go. Okay, they're back, CJ. Back in business. After a quick argument with the crossbar, it's Atto with a 1v2 play, air dribble over one, flip reset over the second, and 1-0 KC, who continue to just completely out-pressure Gentlemates. But, you know, Gentlemates have definitely got something to worry about here. This is not going too well for them. The momentum does seem to have strongly swung in KC's favor, and here they come again. It's Atto for 2-0. What a finish.
EU is so back. Rise up in the end. Atto again. He's just the player.
That's unreal.
What an addition to this lineup he's been. I mean, the mechanics that he displayed last regional, he's pulling it out again here. We saw the flip reset first goal, air dribble from behind halfway.
He did. He pre-jumped that ceiling double tap there, Atto did.
That's confidence.
Rise's ceiling double center ball was pre-jumped by Atto, and he slotted it top shelf. I mean, that's, yeah, definitely a great pair of goals for Atto. Yeah, you're not going to see, you know, very many 2-goal swings for a single player of that quality. And now you look at him, he's being the Atto from last season. The demo per game stats for Atto were outrageous last season, of course. He is going to keep doing that. Vatira's breakdancing in the back corner. Gentlemates are in big trouble here, CJ.
Yeah, 100%. And you saw Atto there. He got the bump, but he was also going for the pre-jump. So he's covering everything right there. He's being the bump first man, but also being the option downfield for the pass. So Atto certainly in form. And Gentlemates now, they're in trouble the way K-Corp are playing. But the question is, will K-Corp just overcommit a little bit, or will they be able to keep that structure? And that's the terrible 50. That's the worst challenge you could possibly do offensively. Goal.
Yeah, it's juicy here. And moving off as third man, but Seiko is the one who's just own goal. He tried to get a favorable 50-50, most likely hit it back corner, but he's just hit it into his own net, and it's an Atto hat trick within 90 seconds. Great stuff for him. It should be Gentlemates firing back, surely. No, it's wide from Itachi. I mean, he's got Seiko in that position, ready to collect the ball, but yeah, they need to be more clinical if they're not getting enough chances against this KC roster. You have to take the ones you are getting given, especially if they're as good as that one.
And you saw KC there trying to go for the team pinch. It was met with a 50, but it had to be a goal. They had 2 chances. Vatira with incredible defense with 0 boost. There's a reset. Rise again helping out. That's that sort of new age play style we see from a lot of the top teams. Helping out that third man, not trying to make third man be awkward and commit to something they don't want to go to. There's another shot. It's off the crossbar. Atto with the clear, but Gentlemates should be able to keep this ball in with a 50. Follow up. That's a great pop. Vatira is very awkward. He's trying to go low 50. Seiko's crept on. That means Juicy has to come in third man. He's got round Rise, beat round 1. Free double. Can he get it down? Misses a second touch.
Yeah, looks like Juicy was trying to get that downwards. Oh, that's much better from the man. Top bins as he just breaks rotation and slams it into the KC goal. Yeah, KC just running a bit dead on boost there, other than Rise, who's reading a touch from Atto. That never happened. Juicy was all over him, and he has brought this one back. Still a lot of time left in the clock for Gentlemates to work with.
And Atto with the miss. He did have low boost on that backboard. Again, some of these plays, I'm just not expecting for what we saw last week for them to be goals, but we're just seeing some positional mistakes coming through from both sides. K-Corp letting one back in, still half a game left. There's a lot of time compared to what they had to work with 3-0 down last game. Vatira though going for a double, Seiko backboard. Gentlemates trying to work this one out. He's going to keep it upstairs, get the bump on Rise, follow up from Itachi. This is nice, but Atto trying to go clean up crew. Gentlemates still in attack for now, but Atto's going to be able to work this one out. Look at this 0 boost, but getting more and more 50s on the ball. Rise just overcommitting a touch here as he's made Vatira very awkward. There's a shot. Rise, great coverage.
Yeah, better passage of play here for Gentlemates. They're seeing a lot more of that KC goal, and they are creating some opportunities. And time is still on their side. For now, Juicy let that outlet pass. Ends up more of a pass to KC than And there's just going to be another goal, isn't it? It is for Vatira, 4-1. Yeah, giveaway of the ball from Gentlemates, and it gets fired back into the middle before they can recover. Juicy actually attempted a defensive demo on Rise there, and Rise just effortlessly dodges him, centers to his old friend Vatira.
And another double commit. They just panicked as soon as Rise was downfield, as soon as he got hands on the ball there. They just committed so early. All he needed to do was get the pop over the top. And again, I feel like it's, I don't know if it's just the difference, but it just feels like uncharacteristic defensive plays, particularly from Gentlemates, who, you know, we expect to see them really fit and firing. At least from that first regional, their defense was incredible when you're not expecting it. But that, again, is that just open? Seiko back to that one. He still has boost, but he's handed the ball to Atto. Gets one more on it. Vatira keeping the ball forward just over a minute. Look at this guy downfield. He just does not have a care in the world, Atto. As K-Corp trying to get one more. Can Rise slotted in, blocked out. Gentlemates pushing forward. Seiko pushing forward, but Atto playing with so much confidence, third man there, Johnny.
Yeah, the confidence is definitely there for KC. They, you know, took that little bit of time to warm up, but it didn't really affect them. The goals they're conceding in the game they lost in game 1, not a problem. They just get right back to winning ways, and yeah, they're pre-jumping everything right now. Even in the previous goal when they conceded, previous game when they conceded, they're pre-jumping in a 1v3. Atto in that situation. Yeah, it looks like the pressure's really gotten to Gentlemates here, and when you think about this series from their POV, it kind of makes sense in a way, because you're up against the one team that beat you the last time that you played in the grand final, and it's round 1 of Swiss, so they're probably feeling a little bit hard done by here. You know, you qualify as you're supposed to, and then you look at who you're up against, you think, what are KC doing here? Why have they lost to SA, and now we have to be the team who get punished for that? So yeah, definitely a tough one mentally for Gentlemates, it would seem, as they do not show up on day 1 with the form that they've finished off the previous event with. A successful time doing that. But what is it like in your experience when that happens to you? Because I know there's been times where you thought, oh yeah, great, we're in a great position here, and then you look at you're up against, like, and you're thinking, why? Just why is that our match?
Yeah, it's pretty much, it's that mindset you don't want to fall into, a bit of sort of why me, poor little me kind of attitude with it. And it happened a lot, particularly with our region, because often you'd have 3 good teams, so you'd be on the wrong side of the bracket. You're playing that other good team in the semi-final, and here we go again, though. That's what you need to do, respond in the best way possible. It's a pass across the outpace. Vatira, this is what can happen. K-Corp perhaps a little bit too confident. Vatira in a weird position, trying to go off the ceiling for a read. Gets outpaced, gets punished for it.
Yeah, really nice ceiling pinch pass there to set Seiko up, who actually trusted that pass. He was moving it upfield already. Very aggressive play there, being rewarded for Gentlemates. I think that's really, if they're going to lose this series, or I'd like to see them give it that go of really fighting KC's aggression in the midfield for this 4th game, not just trying to accept the pressure and sit back on it. KC just want teams to do that against them. They want teams to be backed up into a corner so that they can take a million shots.
Yeah, just getting back to the, I guess, the matchup and the mindset. The positive for Gentlemates, which they have to be looking at, is, you know, when you do have that tougher run, the tougher matchups, you're going to be better for it throughout the tournament. And look at the redirect. There we go. Juicy sitting downfield. So much confidence. The outpace on the sidewall. Over there from Seiko, beating Rise. And look at this guy. Back post downfield, still boost redirect.
Vatira had no idea that Juicy was coming in with that much speed. He got completely dusted by Juicy, who's breaking rotation there on the far side of the field. So much harder for the defender to deal with that cross-field pass when the attacking player is already that far advanced. And that's now both goals for Gentlemates, involving a player being upfield in those redirect positions. Oh, but here comes Atto again. He's testing them in these games. CJ Atto's been a nightmare, but all of a sudden they're going the other way. Vatira does not look comfortable. Vatira does not have control, and it's 3-0.
I tell you what, K-Corp might have got a little bit confident here, because Vatira, third man, was basically in Gentlemates' net, crept up too high, and there it is. The bump comes through. Itachi gets the clean up. Seiko's chasing Vatira, and K-Corp have just gone way too aggressive here to start game number 4. Well, this could really swing the tides.
It's just it's so difficult for these teams to get that the win consistently. It seems Seiko's made it 4. I don't believe it. It's just 90 seconds in. It looks like we're going to game 5 already. And Juicy had the fake flip reset there. And Seiko at the back post now, but I mean, credit to them. They have been in position in these wide spots to pick up on these opportunities.
just when you think you can count this team out, just when you think K-Corp, surely they're going to run away with this series. It's only a best of 5. They don't have any more games to try and fight their way back in to get some momentum back. They respond, and this is what they did in the first regional as well. When you least expect it, when you think surely they can't do it, surely they can't knock out some of the top teams. You look at the vitalities of the region, but they just keep responding. They've done it again here. Gentlemates 4-0 up. As you said, it feels like almost game over without trying to cast a curse them, but K-Corp have a lot of work to do with 3 minutes on the clock.
It's just a complete turnaround, a totally different Gentlemates, and we don't have timeouts in Swiss, we don't have timeouts in best of 5s, so this is really amazing to see them just show up in game 4 with a totally different outcome. And I think, you know, the volatility of this series, it doesn't just speak to Gentlemates feeling the pressure. I think KC as well. The difference here is that they're probably having a hard time not thinking too far ahead. They're thinking, oh my goodness, if we lose games here, we're going to have a harder run. If we end up in a quarterfinal match against one of the other French teams, maybe we're no longer favorites of the Major. Vatira, he'll be favorite for the Major with more shots like this, though. And this is another case of an infield play just being pounced on. Every single pass middle has a supersonic player attacking it.
I mean, how classy was that from Atto on the sideball, though? He got a one-touch follow-up instantly for the infield pass. Vatira's there, pushing up third man. And that's what you need to do for K-Corp right now. Just over 2 minutes left. They have to get aggressive. You want to see that last guy, that third man, pushing up high because they've got nothing to lose. They need to not be worried too much about conceding more. They need to score themselves. Atto with a reset. Here's one more over the top. I mean, this would be a phenomenal comeback if they can somehow get back into this. Gentlemates one more, you'd think, Johnny, would be game over.
Yeah, I think they are just trying to keep their players in rotation here. Try to keep KC at bay. Infield from Vatira to Rise, and Vatira has actually landed back on it after initially misreading the play. Transition from Itachi will be redirected into the bar by Rise. Okay, I was going to say something, just collected by Rise, but redirected into the bar also works.
Oh, here's the bumps, though. This is trouble if Rice can get a flick redirect. Vatira, big trouble for Gentlemates. 2 back for K-Corp. 90 seconds left. We got a game.
Yeah, Vatira now is the player sitting upfield. And Juicy was probably thinking Vatira's coming for him. And he's, you know, got that bump to worry about. But no, Vatira's got ball cam on. He's waiting for the ball to come to him. And we've got a 2-goal game. If KC can 3-1 Gentlemates, that will massively improve their chances moving forward. It's going to give Gentlemates a tough record and tougher matches in Swiss.
Oh, this would be the worst way to go as well if you're 3-0 up in a game.
4-0 up even.
I mean, it just should not be happening. But here we go, more bumps coming through Seiko. That's a huge clear. And all they need to do right now is set up kill time off the clock. You want to see more air dribbles coming through from Gentlemates. Not committing too many players to the attack. And locking this one out. 2-0 up. They should be able to lock this one. And again, I'm just so careful that I don't want to curse them. There's the 50. As Itachi gets it through. What's
the mindset, CJ? You know, you've like lost a bunch of 4-0 leads in the past in your pro career.
I have lost so many 4-0. It is so hard to not think about holding on, but you don't want to get too defensive. You don't want to play too safe because this can happen. You turtle up and never rises miss. Vatira has to slide. Oh, what a save from Juicy!
Well, that's one way to keep a lead intact. Juicy pulls it back just as it was about to disappear, and now they will get the 5th goal. Surely, now we could confidently say that Game 5 is coming.
Yep, for all the Gentlemates fans in chat begging me to stop talking about the potential no-way comeback. There you go, they've done it. 5 on the board. Oh, it got scary though. Perhaps some late momentum for K-Corp there. The Gentlemates, again, it's been a huge response and that's a massive goal because K-Corp, they were motoring late here in Game 4.
Yeah, it's so close as well. If that goes in, if Juicy doesn't produce the absolute last pixel save, then we've got a 1-goal game and a KC kickoff strat about to hit them. But they have held on and they have sent us to Game 5, and that has, I guess, delivered on one thing we expected today. A close series. The reward for winning this series is you get to play against Vitality. It doesn't get any easier. What a day one of these teams is about to have. But here we go. It is Game 5, and it is all to play for.
I cannot believe we're here either after we saw that game number 3. But what a response was he said for Gentlemates. That's a bad start from Seiko. He's touched it back. Vatira is on Itachi as well. K-Corp looking to push forward. These are the little mistakes you can't afford to make on champ field, but they've done well. They've worked it out. Hitachi playing that third man role as Juicy's just crept up a touch, and that gives Rise space. Redirect on net. Seiko clearing off the backboard. Vatira trying to get the follow-up 1-2. Juicy just poised in net. It's still awkward for Gentlemates. K-Corp, we know what they can do in Game 5s. We know how clutch Rise and Vatira can be. Here he is with a double as well. There he is, right on call, right on cue. Vatira with the first.
Atto with a lovely little dink middle there. Perfect pass to Vatira. And he was able to attack it with that pace. Almost every goal in the last 2 games has had that aggressive launch pad. And here he goes for a second attempt at the same play. Now it's Vatira to Rise at the far post. And it's back into the middle. Vatira did not have the read on that, did not have boost to react when it came to it.
Yeah, he just wasn't ready for the pass. He was watching the shot there. Seiko on net. Vatira, huge save. Defensively sweeping across. There's K-Corp now looking to push forward. They want one more goal here because they know Gentlemates, they can put 4 on the board very quickly. That's a massive mistake though. Atto's got to reset. Huge save from Juicy. That could be in game early there.
And this is where Gentlemates need to level up again. I mean, we saw it in Game 4. They need to be aggressive. They need to take those opportunities. I, don't want to see them turtling up in Game 5, especially now that they're trailing by 1. Juicy did look for Seiko there, but it's actually KC's players who are interfering with the play. Oh, Vatira's making some space for Rise here. Juicy does so well, dodges Vatira's bump and makes the save.
Yeah, he had a little bit of support. Here's the counter though. Can Juicy get a touch? No, Vatira's still awkward on the wall. He's going to throw that at Seiko, who goes backboard. Hitachi doesn't want to go in. They're just creeping up a little bit, Gentlemates. It leaves Vatira another double. Can't get the touch. Atto follow-up. Got to go ceiling. Got to go roof. Gets 2. Can he get the double? Juicy in defense. Gentlemates trying to hang on here. They are 1 goal down. They need to find a way through the other end. And that's a great pass. Releases Seiko, but instant challenge. Third man. K-Corp playing with so much confidence.
Right, there's just absolutely no time on the ball for Gentlemates. Rise is just redirected into the bar again. There's so much pressure on the goalkeepers for Gentlemates from these KC players sitting in their own box and threatening demos. And you've got the mechanics of Atto to worry about. Vatira's already scored a double tap in this game. It just seems like when pressure reaches a climax, it's KC who can perform closer to their best.
And look at Atto with the boost steal into the bump as well. He's been phenomenal so far this series. They have overcommitted a touch here. K-Corp. Vatira's going to have to get a double look at that. Gets the pinch. Rise instant follow-up. Almost 50s Juicy into his own net. Seiko trying to clear. Gentlemates, there's the redirect downfield, but K-Corp, their spacing so far in this Game 5 has been on point.
Vatira with the flip reset fake 50 middle to Rise, who even on a dead stop beats his man to the ball. 2 minutes to go for Gentlemates. And they just cannot link together that pass in the midfield. It's KC every time, and it's KC again putting them on the back foot. Can Gentlemates break free from this pressure? And can they create a goal-scoring opportunity before it's too late?
Yeah, they just, every time they push forward though, it's K-Corp getting that touch in and forcing them into these awkward spots like this. Seiko having to back off, but for the first time, K-Corp playing a little bit defensively. Rise and Atto working a 1-2 combo. Vatira going to have to step up here third as Seiko's chasing demos. Gentlemates trying to get more aggressive, but they're just getting dusted to the ball. There it is again. Rise with the beat. And K-Corp, time in offensive half to be off the charts. Have they overcommitted? No, Vatira. Again, the spacing has been first class, first rate here from K-Corp.
Well, in a series, we're looking at so many mistakes from KC earlier on defensively. They've only conceded a single shot in this game. They've not actually allowed Gentlemates to attack. And that pass has gone wayward. Vatira has got a good piece of it. Now Rise is a bit in middle, actually. That's not the clear he's looking for. It's actually with an attempted bump. It's off the post. That was the best chance for Gentlemates.
That had to be the goal, as he said again. Atto so awkward. He's just floating to the corner. More bumps coming through. Sweeps on net. Juicy trying to get the shot, but K-Corp holding on. 45 seconds left. Is this got to be it for K-Corp? Are they going to be through here in Game 5, or can Gentlemates? They've got to go now. They've had their best chance late. K-Corp starting to turtle up in net. Seiko keeping it forward. Flip reset huge over the top. Vatira trying to control. More bumps coming through. Rise helping out though. K-Corp just holding on, and the redirect downfield. They want one more.
It light for the end of the game for Gentlemates, but it has not amounted to too much just yet. That's a good block by Juicy, given the boost situation he was in. Rise is wasting so much time. KC are just keeping Gentlemates in this frustrating defensive position.
And there's a pot from Juicy. Vatira trying to get there. 10 seconds. Genomates have to go. It's still not in a great spot to set up an attack. Can Rise call game? He's going ceiling. One more blocked out. Follow up. Anyone there? K-Corp just going to try and get this one down. Ball still alive. Up in the air. Seiko. Counter attack. Pop up. Can Juicy get in there? Rise is going to back up. Shot. Redirect to Seiko. Saved out just. Ball still up for now. More 50s. K-Corp in trouble. Can they get it out? They just need this ball to hit the ground. Juicy slings it across. Vatira gets it down.